Hey folks, Nas here. Appreciate everybody joining me today for another Abandoned Mode Permadeath Guide series. So, since the last stream, I have warped enough times to get to the last system before we make our jump into the center of the galaxy. So, I've made quite a few jumps. However, we were using the portal, which is actually what this wall is behind me, is our planetary portal. We had started using the planetary portals. We did our first one. I think we got a 300,000 light year jump using our portal system and everything. And then we had come back for another, I don't like that little pulsing. We had come back for another round in the last stream, and I think we did a 600,000 light year jump towards the center of the galaxy. Now, granted, the system I'm in is 700 and something odd light, 700 something thousand light years away from the center of the galaxy. Now, in my travels in abandoned mode, I was doing these manual jumps from our last location. Now, I've made bases at each of these. So you can see here's my first base. This is my second life. That's the first base I built when I started abandoned mode for the second life. Because my first life got deleted because I play in hard mode permadeath. So I have my settings set to delete the save if I die, which forces me to start all over again. Now that's permadeath. That's the way I played. You do not have to play it that way. And then, of course, here is the second life portal. That's the base that we're currently standing at. Then we have, during the expedition, I did build a base in a black hole system because I wasn't sure if I'd be able to find black holes in abandoned mode. However, you can find black holes by pulsing in a system in abandoned mode, if there's black holes to be existing in that particular system, because I found them a few times during my travels towards the center of the galaxy. Now, we've got the 300,000 light year jump, portal jump. This was our first portal jump. I may have been the second. The first one, I think, took us backwards. But this was the first base in our travels to the center of the galaxy. And then we got the 600 light year jump here, portal base. We actually built it in the opening of a cave just to signify how far we got. So that's why I labeled them the way they are. Now, granted, you can see that I do have a few other bases here. In my travels, I was looking for planets that had animals on them because animals are very scarce in abandoned mode. Whether it is a bug or it's intended or whatever, they're still very scarce. I know there's a lot of debate on whether animals exist. They do exist in abandoned mode, and how to keep them from going extinct, because sometimes you'll start abandoned mode and you'll have animals on a planet, and then the next time you load in there, it says they're extinct. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but to me that seems like a bug. Hopefully Hello Games devs take care of that and start putting more energy into abandoned mode, because I think abandoned mode could really be a cool mode beyond what it is right now. Now, granted, I find abandoned mode interesting. It has definitely got a level of difficulty tied to it because of the way it's set up, the bugs that I feel that are in it right now, which some could stay, but there needs to be more to it. I think abandoned mode could actually have its own storyline, quest lines, and things like that to figure out why nothing exists anymore, basically, when clearly things have existed, because you have buildings and stuff that you run into. If nobody ever existed, then there wouldn't be any buildings. So there's a story definitely to be had in abandoned mode. Hopefully the devs take care of that. But you can see that I've found, aloe and honey and cactus and milk and crab apples. I've labeled them according to, that way I can make food, basically. And then here is the last base that I've just recently built, was my center of the galaxy base, which we're going to go ahead and go to. Alrighty, we are at my center of the galaxy base. It is on a paradise type planet. However, it does have like superheated storms, which we're currently having, but they're not extreme. But when it's not nasty out, it's actually kind of a pretty planet. But before we go through the center of the galaxy, we want to do a few things. So if you're new to No Man's Sky and you haven't gone through the center of the galaxy yet, definitely take note, because if you don't do these things, you're going to have a lot of work when you get to your next galaxy. So when you pass through the center of the galaxy and go to your next galaxy, your technology is going to be damaged. So anything that you have installed, whether it's in your exosuit, your starship, or your multi-tool, is going to be damaged. Every single one. So you have to remove the items, or you have a backup. So like for my multi-tool, I still have my very first multi-tool when I started the game. So I can switch to that multi-tool. Now that is my active multi-tool. And you can see that I've got nothing on it. Is the only I can't take those off. I can dismantle that, but it's really not going to matter because I don't want to use this weapon. But I can have this weapon active when I go through the center of the galaxy, and my other weapon won't be available. The storm's clearing. Great. Now, for my ship, that's a lot of technology to take out of my ship just to go through the center of the galaxy. So just like my multi-tool, I still have my radiant pillar. So I can summon my radiant pillar by selecting other ship, and then there's my radiant pillar right there. Just magically appears out of my pocket. And as long as this is my active ship, obviously I'm going to have to take this up and use it to fly through the center of the galaxy. But you can see that there's nothing installed. I don't have any upgrades or boosts or anything like that. Now, granted, I'm going to need to make sure that I've got my hyperdrive is full before we go. Do I have access to that? No, I think they're in my other ship. So I need to make sure that my hyperdrive is full. So let's go back over here to my Starborn, and I can gather materials out of here. Actually, I only need one of those. Yeah. We'll put that in my exosuit. And then let's grab some uranium to fill up the landing gear. Not that it needs to be full, but why not? So we'll hop back into the radiant pillar. We're going to fill up. Oh, I had access to that. I don't even know where that is, but I have access to it. Well, we use that then, since I'm using uranium for the other. And then we're going to drop that hypercore in there. All right, so all of these items are charged. Good. Now, I want to go put the uranium back in my other ship. Alrighty, so now, let's make sure that we have the pillar active. Hop in and out. Yep, primary starship switched. So our radiant pillar is our active starship now. My waveform focuser is my main multi-tool that is active right now. Now all I got to do is take care of the technology that is in my suit. So in my exosuit. So what you want to do is you want to remove everything. Let me rephrase that. You want to store everything. You can see right there in the tooltip for this T-gel drain, it says for me to use X to store technology. So I'm going to store everything that I can in my inventory. So let me go through and do that real quick. Alrighty, so there we go. I have removed everything that I can from my technology section of my exosuit and put it down into my inventory. Now, because these are stored, they should not get damaged. Now, one thing that I do have that if you're new to abandon mode, you probably won't have or even have access to is the Exocraft summoning unit that gets installed in your exosuit. I brought this back from Expedition 17. That's why I have it. It is available in the Exocraft terminal that you can put in your base. You can actually see that it will unlock with nanites. However, you cannot get to the materials needed to actually craft it. You cannot bring those materials back from the Expedition 17, so you cannot craft this unit. So until Hello Games makes purple systems available to abandon mode players, then we can never acquire this except when we can get them through expeditions and bring them back. Now, that's not to say that they won't fix it and it won't be available anymore. I mean, after an update or whatever, they may fix that and say, nope, you can't have it at all. And I may not have it. Now, you do have another option. You just have to have materials for it if you want to summon your exocrafts. So if you go into your build, your deployable technology, you can actually purchase the buildable exocraft summoning station. So you can actually, this construction allows the user to summon any owned exocraft from anywhere else in that system. So you can place one of these down on any planet in the system you're in, and you can summon your exocrafts anywhere in that system. Now, if you go to a different system, if you warp to a different system, you're going to need to place another one, or you're going to need to pick this one up and take the materials with you. You can see that it requires 80 uranium, 60 tritium, and 1 unstable plasma. As long as you have those materials on you, you can always summon this unit, and then you can summon any of your exocrafts, rather than building each construction module for each exocraft. You just build this one and then summon it. As long as you own or have purchased these exocrafts and have built them somewhere, you can summon them with this unit. So it's a very handy tool. But I believe I have everything ready for us to jump through the center of the galaxy. I've got all of my stuff stored. I've got my radiant pillar active. I have my little cheapo multi-tool active, so that way none of my good stuff is getting damaged. So this is very key to store all of your stuff. Now, if you only have one ship or you only have one multi-tool, obviously you can take the technologies out, the majority of your technologies out of your ship and your multi-tool, and then you can store them in your exosuit inventory or your ship inventory to go through the center of the galaxy. You just have to make sure that your warp drive is full before warping to the center of the galaxy. I'm going to create a save real quick, and then we are going to head up into space, and we are going to make the jump through the center of the galaxy. Alrighty, I am in space. We're going to hit M to open our galaxy map, and I can show you that I am on the edge. Actually, this is wanting me to go a little bit farther. Am I not going to be able to get there from here? Ooh, I may not be able to. Alrighty, so we weren't quite close enough for my radiant pillar to jump from the system I was in. It still had a little bit further to go. So I had to hop back in my Starborn runner so we can actually get a little bit closer. Let me summon, I am on the anomaly. Let me summon in my radiant pillar now. And then hopefully we can take this from the system I'm currently in. I can show you the name of it real quick. Last stop before the center of the galaxy. GL, good luck. So hopefully from this system we can jump. I did have another one to where it told me I had to go to a purple system. Said I needed an Atlantid drive. Obviously, that wasn't going to work for abandoned mode. Now let's open our map. And it does look like, yes. So that little line that's taking us to the left there is going to the center of the galaxy. That's good. Now, we do not want to be in free look mode. We want to be able to target this. You can see it says select star there on the left-hand side. We want that to pop up and then use the middle, or excuse me, use your left mouse button or whatever key it tells you to is appropriate. Galaxy Center. Now we're going to warp. Alrighty, we get to begin initialization again. So it looks like we're starting on a frozen planet. Yolan. First contact. Yay. Yep. Analysis visor is damaged. That's fine. Now we should be able to switch to our standard multi-tool or our normal multi-tool. None of my stuff is damaged. Let me go back to that multi-tool real quick. I probably should have shown you that. Go back to this multi-tool here. You can see everything is damaged because we came through the center of the galaxy. This is what happens. Now, if I'd have left all of my technology in my multi-tool, everything would have been damaged. So that's why you have a spare to go through the center of the galaxy. So that way I can pull out my regular multi-tool that I use on a regular basis. Nothing is damaged. Now you can see that our starship, which is out of range right now, but everything in the starship is damaged. So we have to repair all of that, but you don't. So we can we can go to our summon. We can, yes, we can summon other ships, and I can scroll to my Starborn runner, find a spot to where it turns green, and then I can summon it in. It is now my active ship. I can hop in, hop out, create a save point for our new system and everything, our new galaxy. Telling me that we have communications. Interestingly enough, we have a communication with a gentleman that we're not supposed to be able to talk to because they don't exist. Everything's gone. Yeah, input, distress signal. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, we're not going to be able to do that. That's a bug. But you can see in my starship now, none of my stuff is damaged. Everything is installed the way I left it and everything. So that's how you want to go through the center of the galaxy. Regardless of whether you're in abandoned mode, normal, permadeath, whatever, that's how you want to go through the center of the galaxy. Make sure that you have a backup multi-tool. Make sure that you have a backup ship. That way you can take those items through, let those items get damaged. Your regular stuff does not. And then as far as your exosuit goes, make sure that you remove all of your technology except the items that doesn't allow you to remove. And then you just go through the center of the galaxy with those items, and you can see that you're safe from there on out. Now I have to reinstall all this stuff. So let me do that real quick. Alrighty, now I got all of my exosuit stuff installed. I probably should have put that there or something. I'll refine those later. I should have taken a screenshot of how I had them set up, but I didn't. It's okay. I can fix that later. I think I pretty much got everything where I used to have them. We need to make sure to charge each of these. Now, you can also make sure that you have stuff in your inventory, or you can put stuff in your exocrafts and summon whatever exocraft that you need. that has items in it. And you can see none of my exocrafts took damage going through the center of the galaxy because they're not active when I go through the center of the galaxy. Now, it does say that there are fauna on this planet, so I want to make sure to go through and find those guys. Do we see any of them? Oh, I do. I see one right there. There's one in the sky. Maybe? Come on. Scan it. Now, if I was smart, I would have had some of my scanning rewards food with me, but I don't have any of it. I left it in my storage unit, so I'm not making any money. Now, I got plenty of money. Abandoned mode doesn't necessarily need a ton of money. What's that? 4 of 5 animals? Oh, we got one more. What's our last one? Oh, he's over there. Come on. It's an interesting looking guy. Okay, so we got milk and eggs both on this planet. That's very nice and helpful for cooking. Alrighty, let's take a little fly around the planet. Maybe find us a spot we can set up a base. Here's a question. Can we fly through these? Yes, we can. Woo! How fun. So the terrain doesn't necessarily seem super exciting. However, these little donuts aren't too bad. They're interesting for sure. So I think it's just a matter of maybe just finding a spot, picking a spot to build. We may be right down here. We can build here. That way we should have a trade terminal inside here. And then, of course, free parking. Free landing spot. We'd have to land on it for it to actually be free. If we build a base here, we'd have to put up our own landing pad. What's the problem? I guess that acts as a wall? Really? Alright. Selling anything good in here? Probably not. Same stuff as always. Dihydrogen jelly, those aren't too bad. Paraffinium, those aren't bad either. And then, of course, we have access to our whispering eggs here for cooking. And we got a little save beacon. Alrighty, I think we'll establish our first little base here. Do I have access to that? No. What did I have that in? I think I had that in my roamer. Where's my roamer? There it is. Let's bring that guy out. And then that should give me access to the chromatic metal. Yes. Of course, we're going to go for the purple. And where do I want to place that? I'll probably just place it out here near the save beacon for right now. Put it right next to that. Perfect. Let that spin around. We're going to claim the base. Perfect. Now we're just going to set up a little pod or something here. Actually, I need to summon in my Colossus because he has the majority of my building stuff here. Let's drop you there. And then we'll do one of these little deep water structures. Make sure that I got the color right. Yep, thermal protection falling. We're going to put a little door on that. That one we can get inside. Just like that. Yep, temperature level stabilizing. Do I have access to enough materials to do that? No, metal plating, carbon nanotubes. I can do the carbon nanotubes and I can buy the plating in here. I think I only needed like 4 or 5 or something. I don't know why my fishing pole keeps coming out. But apparently it's equipped. Let's go. Let's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll just do 10. And I think I'm going to need a couple of these. I don't know if I have access to any, but I'll buy them anyway. Because I have money. Stop looking at my fishing pole. Let's see. We're going to do the base teleport. Drop that. Make it the right color. I'm gonna put that over in a corner here like that, and then we're gonna do some power. We'll just do some temporary power here like that, and then grab a wire. We're gonna wire from the back side. Actually, I can just take this out to that, and then we can power this with a little bit. Now when you're powering these little biofuel reactors, you do not have to utilize the entire stack that it's telling you. You can actually pick that up. On the keyboard, you can hit C. Now at the bottom of the screen, you can see here, quick split or Q&E changes stack size. I tend to use quick split just real quick to drop that to what I need. So I can just drop 2 condensed carbon in there, and that gives me 2.5 hours of power. That way I don't have to waste a whole stack of 40 condensed carbon for, it gives you like 40 hours or something. It gives you a long time, but you don't have to put the whole stack in there if you don't want to. You can only put it in one at a time. That way you're only utilizing it when you need to. Alrighty, so now I want to get a landing pad. Can I make a landing pad? I need 5 more plate for a landing pad. I want to save unit, save point right here. I need a dihydrogen jelly. Okay, we can actually get both of those items. I don't even have to use my materials. We get both those items from in here. We need 5 more plate. And I think we had jellies. Yep, I can get a jelly right there. Now, let's create a little save point. Make sure it's the right color. Put that guy right there. Now, granted, we literally have a save point right outside the door. But I like to have these there because I don't always remember those are outside. Because not all of my bases are built at a minor settlement that they have those things. So we also want to do a landing pad. So that way, apparently I need to go get... Can I just make 2 more plate? 1, 2. There we go. That's what I need. Now, this way we put up a landing pad, and we have a place when we teleport here, our ship will park on the landing pad because it won't park on the one that's attached to the minor settlement. Let's make sure that it's the right color. Let's hit B to go into fly mode, and let's just come out here. Do I want to attach it to the building? I mean, I can. There's room. Might as well, right? Do that, and then I just got to put another door on it, is all. It's right in front of that save beacon. There we go. We got a little access there. And we're going to pick up this save beacon, and we're going to move it to the other side of the room here. Move the save point. I say beacon. It's not a beacon. It's just a save point. These little things are nice to have with you. When you're out exploring, you can just drop them and then save, and then you can pick it up later too. You carry it with you. But it's not a beacon. It's not going to announce to everybody where you're at, because you don't always want to save beacon all over the place. You just drop these little save points and save, and then you can log out and go to the bathroom or fix your coffee or lunch or whatever, and then come back and then pick it up and continue exploring. So that way you don't have to call in your ship and waste the fuel, all that good stuff. Now, I want to put a nutrient processor in the corner here. We need 2 plate and a seal. So let's go 2 plate, and can I make a seal? I can. There we go. Nutrient processor. Change the color. We'll put that right in the corner. That way we can make meals while we're here too. But this gets us established in our new galaxy, the Hilbert Galaxy. Very cool. We have gone through the center of the galaxy. Yay! We won. Oh, there's hundreds of more galaxies that you can go and visit. Oh, yay. Big ass worm. But anyway, folks, I appreciate you joining me for this No Man's Sky Abandoned Mode Permadeath Guide series video. If you folks enjoyed this, definitely hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Also, make sure to go and visit some of my other videos. Give them some love as well. And we will see you folks in the next one. You take care and happy hunting.